My current situation: I was born in 1989 and am now 36 years old. I'll turn 37 next month. I've never been married, never had children, and don't even have a partner. In the eyes of many, I'm an unwanted leftover woman well past her prime. Nowadays, no one even tries to set me up on dates anymore. As I grow older, the friends around me will only become fewer, life will grow lonelier, and my days will feel increasingly dull. I've lost my sense of hope and direction. While my parents are still here, at least I have a family to call my own. But once they're gone, I won't even have a home anymore, no emotional anchor to hold on to. When I'm sick, minor illnesses can be treated with a quick trip to the pharmacy. But if it's something serious, I'd have to drag my weakened body to the hospital alone, stand in line to register, and see a doctor. And if I ever needed surgery, there wouldn't even be anyone to sign the consent forms for me. More and more, I worry that I'll end up completely alone in the end. Stop thinking about being some kind of independent woman. It's such a scam. What even is an independent woman? An independent woman is supposed to be someone who can survive in society on her own. But honestly, this whole independent woman thing is downright harmful. Look at me. I'm at this age now, so am I an independent woman? What do I have? No husband, no house, no car, just debt. No children either. I can't even get married, and I've wasted my fertility window. I'm almost 40 now. Ugh, independent woman is just a big lie. What kind of independence is this? It's pure toxic motivation, this independent woman nonsense. What's the point of getting so much education? Now I envy those young girls who married early. They have houses, cars, money, kids, everything. Meanwhile, I was fooled by this whole independent woman idea. I thought if I could just be independent, earn my own money, and survive in society, I'd be successful. But in reality, I ruined my chances at marriage and wasted my fertility, such a huge loss. This is what happens to women poisoned by that toxic mindset. Now I feel like getting so much education was useless, just a big scam. In the end, I have nothing, and worst of all, I've lost my fertility. For women, that's a fatal blow. Stop obsessing over this independent woman nonsense. It's such a trap.
Woohoo! To all those strong and independent boss babes out there. Hey, you didn't hear that from this gorilla. I didn't put words in her mouth. I mean, yeah, that's an AI translator from the original Chinese video, and maybe it's not 100% accurate, but it does have the juicy parts in it now, doesn't it? I mean, she said it. Stop this strong and independent woman scam. You're losing your best years. Or should I say they said it, because there were two videos there. And both women who are in their late 30s and about to hit 40 realize that that womanist Kool-Aid wasn't as sweet as they thought it would be. Well, China coming into the new age of modern dating and getting that independent, be a boss babe, make your own money kind of mentality comes with a heavy price now, doesn't it? Yeah. The price is called your happiness. I mean, sure, my foreign colleagues, just like your Western counterparts, you thought, let me go out there and get that bag. Yeah, I'm gonna make my career, and once I get my career, this womanist dogma told me that I can now get the man that I want, and I'm gonna go get my family and fulfill my happiness. Yeah, that turned out sweet, didn't it? That's about as sweet as a sack of lemons. And this girl can only wonder, over in China, they say leftover woman, but do they have the translation from the Western wall smashing, hitting the wall? These women already said that they closed out on their fertility window, but what's the translation for an empty egg carton? Hey, put it in the comments. Because to be honest with you, at this point, this girl could just look at these Eastern women and just say, well, in the West, we have different sayings like, I don't know, be accountable for your own decisions. I mean, they are saying that they now accept that mentality was just a total scam. But my question is, who are they going to blame? Because I haven't seen where they laid the blame at. The truth is, Queens, there's only one person you can blame, and that person's in the mirror. Regardless of original language or translation or whatever, it seems that even in the Far East, some women do have that kryptonite called accountability. Now, don't they? Before we move on, I want to say thank you, fam, to all of my subscribers for supporting this channel. I truly appreciate all of you who leave comments, who like my videos, and share them on other social media platforms. I truly gotta say thanks, fam. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, I thank you for tuning in, and I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button. Moving on!
I most likely won't be able to get married. I was born in 1992 and am already in my 30s because no one would choose someone my age. In a few more years, I won't even be able to have children anymore. Isn't there a saying that goes like this? For men, it's not about your age but your circumstances that matter, but for women, it's not about your circumstances but your age that matters. So I advise young girls, if you want to get married, you should do it early. Don't wait until after your 30s. Once you're past 30, it's really hard to find a partner, let alone get married. Sincere request for help. I was born in 1991 and am currently unmarried. I really want to get married this year, so I'd like to ask all my sisters out there, what methods or places would you recommend for finding a marriage partner? Please give me some advice, preferably as specific as possible. My social circle is a bit small, and I'm also somewhat of a homebody, so I'd truly appreciate your genuine suggestions. Thank you, everyone. Dear guys, can you accept a girl who insists on waiting until marriage to have sex? Is this really impossible to achieve? A few days ago, a local girl came to talk to me. She was born in 1998, an only child, and currently works in the pharmaceutical industry. Stable job, and she has that gentle, graceful vibe typical of a Jiangnan girl. Overall, her conditions are pretty good. But she said she has high standards when it comes to physical intimacy. She's not the casual type and has always held the belief that she should wait until marriage. She's had 2 relationships, and both ended because she repeatedly refused her boyfriend's advances. Their reason? They felt she didn't love them. So she's really hurt, and now she's starting to doubt herself. Is her persistence really meaningless? She asked me to help get your opinions on this.
Oh, the world owes me a living.
This queen said that for men, it's not about your age, it's about your circumstances that matter. And for women, it's not about your circumstances, it's about your age. Truer words have never been said by a Western queen that I have found so far. You know what? I'm glad that I chose this video for my viewers, because although the channel I got this from, which is in the description, they don't always touch dating videos, but every now and then they get bangers like this one. I mean, here in the West, on TikTok, you still see these femme fatales turning out that Kool-Aid like if it was the sweetest thing to drink for young ladies. But this Chinese queen is advising other young Chinese ladies, hey, get married in your 20s and have kids. Don't do like she did. Don't wait until you're 30 plus, because then it's going to get much harder to find a man. Even harder than that to actually land a man to marry you. And kids, yeah, you got less than 12% of your eggs. So you're not going to have a bunch of regrets. And if you do, you're running the risk of the regret not being the healthiest regret. We're not dealing with your top 12% eggs here. We're dealing with whatever's left over. 12% mixed bag there. And the queen with the brown blouse, I mean, she said that she's desperate to find someone to be with. She doesn't have big social circles, so where to get them? So I'm assuming that the Chinese dating market is starting to have the exact same problems that the Western dating market has had for years. Dating apps are not to find a husband. Dating apps are nothing more than part of the hookup culture. I find it amazing that these Chinese women who embrace the Western womanist messaging are running into the exact same problems they probably didn't want. Well, thankfully, they're finding out very quickly that having a fulfilling career is nothing like having a partner to share your life with, to build your home with, to build everything with. Hopefully, the younger Chinese women will listen. Considering that they're going through a recession right now, it's not going to be too long until they go back into their traditional gender roles. Now, for that last girl that said that she has a friend who has a good job, good career, and is holding out on having schmecks until she gets married. She said all the important things like, oh yeah, that she's pretty and she has all these great qualities, except for one thing that she didn't mention. How old is she? Ladies, don't get me wrong. Purity is very important. It really is. This girl will be the first to tell you, if you hold off until your marriage to have intimacy with a guy, that is worth its weight in gold. But don't get it twisted. There is a time limit on that one. You see, an 18-year-old, wait until she's 19 or 20, got married and then gave it up. That's very different from a 38-year-old. Because at that point, trust me, that fruit is way beyond ripe and no guy wants to peel it at that point. I mean, there are exceptions to the rule, but let's be honest. You're going to have your first experience well past wall smashing? That's not what men want. You should have found a guy when you were a lot younger, got married then, and then gave it up. I'm sorry, sister, but your friend, she's kind of out of luck right now. She might as well just marry the first guy that looks her way. I mean, she may have high standards, but guess what? She doesn't meet the standards of the guys she's dating in order to be wifed up. Moving on.
I'm in my 30s, but I just got divorced. To be honest, I feel like divorce is a huge stain on my life because, in my book, marriage is supposed to be a lifelong commitment, one person to grow old with. Maybe you think this kind of belief is quite extravagant in today's society. I was with my ex-husband since I was 19, and we struggled through over a decade together. But when my youth was gone, I chose to get divorced. The pain inside, only I truly understand it. I don't know if, in the days to come, I'll even have the courage to embrace another relationship. Will I still be capable of love? Do you think a divorced woman still deserves to be loved? The sky is falling. The price of all that toxic feel-good advice is finally coming due. On one side, rural counties are overflowing with bachelors who can't find wives. On the other, big cities are packed with so-called leftover women who remain unmarried. Last year, only 6.1 million couples got married in China, a record low in 45 years. That poisonous advice sells so well because it feeds into people's laziness, greed, and selfishness, making them believe all their marital problems are the other person's fault. They always see themselves as the victim. When an entire society gets brainwashed by this toxic mindset, confidence in marriage plummets, divorces skyrocket, and what unfolds isn't just personal tragedy, it's a societal one. Marriage, at its core, is about partnership, not transactions. Two people come together to build a better life, not to exploit each other. Only when both are willing to take responsibility can a marriage last. In the end, it's about empathy, understanding each other's struggles. Men face pressure, but women have their own hardships too, right? Blaming each other gets you nowhere, mutual understanding does. So, friends, when looking for a partner, don't let that toxic nonsense cloud your judgment anymore.
我今年呢30
This year, I'm 39 years old, with a master's degree, still unmarried and childless, what you might call a high-quality leftover woman. Many people ask me, you have a stable job and a good income, so even if you don't get married, you wouldn't feel anxious, right? Actually, no. To be honest, I am quite anxious, especially after turning 35. I feel like my anxiety has peaked. The higher my standards for a partner, the worse the quality of my blind dates seems to get. My criteria are, a 580,000 yuan betrothal gift, the man must own a car, a house and have savings, the house must be in the city center, and his savings should be no less than 2 million renminbi. This way our married life would be financially secure. But over the years, the men I've met through matchmaking have fallen far short of these conditions. Most are vocational college graduates earning 30,000 to 40,000 yuan a year, or bachelor's degree holders making 50,000 to 60,000 yuan. These men can't afford a home in the city center, and as for savings? Many are living paycheck to paycheck with almost no savings at all. I've even gone on dates with men in their 40s, nearing old age, who still have no savings. Some have short-lived past marriages, which is already considered decent, while others are divorced with kids. When matchmakers introduce me to these kinds of men, it really puts me in a dilemma. On one hand, I want to settle down as soon as possible. On the other hand, the people I meet are just so far below my standards. I've held out for so many years. If I just marry someone casually now, it would feel like such a waste. I believe that for a marriage to be happy, two people must share the same values, be equally matched in status, and have common goals. A forced relationship won't last, and a reluctant union won't bring happiness. So this is the reality for many leftover women like me, living with anxiety, yet continuing to search and wait, unwilling to settle.
All right, to that first one, let me get this straight. You are in a society that's right now learning all about the womanist Kool-Aid not really working out. You were married for over a decade with your ex-husband, and you chose for divorce. You put yourself back out there in a dating market that so far seems to be much harsher than the Western dating market, and you're asking if a divorced woman deserves to be loved? Okay, sister, let me put this very clearly. We deserve what we work for. You doing the modern Western Korean thing of putting out a video asking for somebody's pity. Oh, do you think I deserve to be loved even though I put in for divorce? It don't work that way, sweetheart. The way it works is, hey, if you worked on a relationship with a guy and both of you fall in love, that's when you deserve love. You don't put a red note video out there saying, okay, hey, pity me now, hoping that some other Chinese guy is going to come in and play Captain Saver 304. Not going to happen, especially over there. You were married, you had what a lot of these women in these videos are complaining that they turned their backs on, and then after you had it, you turned your back on it. Hey, congratulations, you played yourself. All right, and that second queen was trying to play devil's advocate, trying to play both sides of the field, saying that, oh, both sides have to be accountable. One can't point to the other side. Men can't point to women and say, it's your fault that I'm miserable, and women can't point to men and say that it's your fault that I'm miserable. Except for the one glaring, obvious part. Just like in the US, in China, men aren't the ones who got liberation. It was the women that got liberation. They're the ones who got the strong and independent message. They're the ones who got a bunch of new rights to go out in the world and get the bag and make their own money. Men, if anything, lost a lot of power that they used to have in China. So to say that it's 50-50 on the blame game, that's not realistic, honey. And I'm pretty sure the Chinese men are going to tell you, you got what you wanted. If everything got messed up after you got what you wanted, how are you going to point at me and say it's my fault? I mean, if you want to be more fair about it, we'll say 80-20. It's 80% the women who got their liberation's fault and 20% of the men who for XY reason just couldn't adapt to the new norm. But by no means is it 50-50. All right, this gorilla's waiting for it. Somebody call me a misogynist in Chinese. And for Mrs. 39-year-old with a master's degree, leftover woman with the face mask, you said that you're a high-quality leftover woman. That's a contradiction in itself. If you're leftover, by definition, you're not a high-quality one in your society. Because it's evident from all the other videos that we've seen that traditional roles in China are still more predominant than they are in the West. So I beg to differ. I don't think your counterparts are calling you high value. And let me say, the irony is not lost on this gorilla when she admits that even though she has a high-paying job, she's not happy. Well, go figure. Women are actually more interested in people. And putting a standard of what men are interested in, which is things and careers, on a woman, wow, she doesn't feel the same happiness and fulfillment that she would if she was a man. Who's been saying that for a while? Oh, that's right. Those toxic Western men that are part of the patriarchy have been saying that. Somehow, some way, they had this magical power to predict that such a thing would happen with Chinese women once they drank the womanist Kool-Aid. Who would have figured? Oh, and she follows that up by she's not going to settle because she knows her worth. You all heard her demands. She wants a guy that has a house in the inner city and makes buku money and has to put a dowry down and all kinds of stuff. And he's getting her. So how do you translate in Chinese, what do you bring to the table? And by that stream of logic, we might as well translate from Chinese, I am the table.
Fatality.
Flawless victory.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund. Or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.